Even with the best laid plans, I never counted on it raining 9 days straight. So I had to plan to do a few things inside. And then I remembered the loofah that I had planned to use for seeds. I'll admit I got a little anxious and picked it when it was still green but turning yellow. So why not get loofah pads? I already had one that had dried out, but this one was larger. Once I began cutting into the green loofah, I instantly realized this was going to be more difficult than I thought. Because it was still green, the fibers didn't easily separate from the skin. I used a small knife to at least begin the process of separation, making sure to point it away from the fibers so it wouldn't cut them. Once I got a good bit of the skin off, it became easier to separate the outside from the fibers. But, as you can tell, it was wet and slippery. It took a while, but I finally got the skin off the portion of the loofah I wanted to use. I then cut it into smaller pieces to make it easier to work with, to begin the process of soaking it to get rid of the juice and seeds. I finally had to resort to using a chopstick to help push out some of the seeds. The loofah at this stage was soft and pretty easy to work with. As I was doing this, as you can see, the water filled up with seeds and looked almost like lemonade. Keep in mind, at this stage, you can't use the seeds for planting. I drained the water about 3 times before getting out most of the seeds, and this was the final cleaning. Despite the work involved, the loofah looks intact and pretty white. And here is the cleaned loofah that I will set on paper towels to dry out. After the struggle I had with the green loofah, I'll admit I wasn't looking forward to opening the dried one. However, I was pleasantly surprised that as soon as I started, the seeds instantly fell out. And these seeds I could plant. The skin, too, came off without too much effort as the fiber easily let go of the skin. It just didn't look as white or as firm as the green loofah. I cut this one too so I could work with it a little better, but the whole process took almost no time. And here is the green loofah after drying out. Despite all the squeezing I did, once it dried out, it returned to its original shape. And here is a comparison with the dried loofah. They really aren't that different, although the green one does seem a little firmer. Knowing what I now know, I have another loofah growing, and this time I'll let it grow as large as possible and wait until it's a lot more yellow before harvesting it. What do you think? Until then, though, I have a couple more growing that I can use in stir fries while they're still small. See you next time.